Here is a equation of a cylinder of a volume of certain liters. So we are looking at some question dealing with those cylinders, areas, circles, cone. So these are the equations that we'll be dealing with now. This is lesson 6, episode 13 of 13. This is the last lesson on lesson 6. So we're going to start with this equation. So the cylinder of a volume of 750 liter capacity. So we are required to do some question underneath of this one. So we are given this as a problem. So dealing with this equation, dealing with this problem, you must know the equations. So the equation is the one that is given below. So the equation of a cylinder is this one. So we don't know the equation that will be asked, but because they have given us a volume, and we know that the cylinder have a volume. So we know a circle area, calculating area. So let's look at some of the question that is given for this problem. So let's go. So when you deal with this, you must know these equations. In these equations, let's check. It's the first question. Show that the height is this. So how do you show the height? Because here, let's go back to the question. Because here we are given that the volume is 750, so we write as the volume is given 750. So here they are asking us to make H the subject of the formula. So how do you make H the subject of the formula? So because we have pi r square, we'll divide both sides by pi r square. So mathematically, say what you do on the left, you must do on the right. So because we don't want we want h, we don't want pi close to h, pi r square, we will cancel this, and then you can say 750 so we have h here. So this is h because the answer looks like this, so it doesn't matter whether you put this other side or the other side. So it's up to you how to deal to leave the answer. So but normally in the standard form we have been taught that we must put it like this. So from this point we are done with this first question. Maybe let's check the next question. What does it say? So we have been asked to show that the height is this one. So now what is the next question? So they said show that the total surface area is this one. So we must know the equation of surface area. The surface area is the bottom part of a cylinder. So what we have to show, you have to show that this is the area, the total area of the cylinder. So the total area of a cylinder, that means they are talking about all the components that combine to make the cylinder. So to make the complete cylinder, if it's like this, the cylinder is a circle, is either made of metal or made of plastic or any material that can make a cylinder, and at the bottom part it's covered, so we don't know what's in there. So before you make a cylinder, you will need a sheet. I mean a sheet metal or sheet plastic or a paper. It's up to you what you use to make a cylinder. So before you fold it, before it can be folded, so you will need something that will cover underneath. So you'll have something like a circle that will, if you weld it or you put the glue underneath so when you have a sheet like this, you will bend it. You start to bend the sheet like this. So when you fold it, it becomes like this, and then when you continue, you go this, and then it completely like this. And then you'll put this thing to cover this one. So before you made everything, you have this area, and then you also have this area before you made everything. So let's check the error equation. So the area of this one, a sheet let's take it the sheet one first. So you have something like this, which is the length and which is the breadth. So before you make something, it have a straight length, but when you fold it, it becomes to have it will have a radius, and you have to make apply. You will use the equation of a circumference. The circumference is the distance from this point to this point is a circumference. So a circumference is it's the distance from this position to the end position. So when you fold something, before you fold it, it's like this, and then when you fold it, become like this. But because you are making a circle, so your length from here to here, it will be 2 pi. So this is the circle. Let's look at the one that we're talking about. We're talking about the sheet. So before you fold it, sheet before folding, it's like this, and then when you fold it, it becomes like when it's folded, it becomes like this. So because it's a circle, you'll have something like this, and then this side will be a height. So equation of this sheet, it will be like this. It's either a sheet metal or a sheet of a paper. So you have something like this, and then because it's a rectangular form, you replace this one by pi r square multiplied by height. Then this becomes the area of this one. So for a circle, we'll use this equation of a circle of area as this one. So the total area is area 1 plus area 2. So this we will need to make the cylinder. So this area, let's call this area 1. We have something like 2 pi r h, and then the other area is pi r square. Yeah, this is the answer, but because you have already solved the h here, or h, it was 750 divided by pi r. Let's check the value of a. It is a square, so we'll replace the value of h. Replacing the value of h is 750 divided by pi r square plus h r square. So the pi will cancel the pi, the r's will cancel one of the r here. So you'll have something like this as the final answer. You have something like 750 divided by r plus pi r square. So multiplying by 2 on top, you have 150, 1500 divided by r plus pi r square, and this is the same thing. So let's check the next question. you say determine the value of R for which the total surface area is a minimum. So for a minimum, maximum, you have to derive the equations. So to derive this one, you'll have something like, so when you derive this one, you have something like, so before you derive, let's try to simplify it. For you have something like this, minus 1 plus pi r square. So deriving this one, you have something like r minus, and then plus, deriving this one, you have 2 so for a minimum or maximum, you'll say ds over dr equals to 0. So you'll take this one, you'll equate to 0, so you'll have something like, so we have something like this, equated to 0. And then take this to the other side, so you have something like this, 2 pi r, taking this one to the other side, you'll have 1. So changing this one to be in a positive form, you'll have something like, so we have something like this. You'll multiply by r square both sides, so you have something like r cube 1/5 . So you divide by 2 pi both sides. And then this one will cancel that one. So you put, so the arrow will be cancel. The 3 will cancel the 3 and then you'll be left with. So we are at this position, you have to calculate. Divide by 2. Raised to 1 over. So you hit it like this. So the answer is 6,20. So this is the answer for R. So you can go ahead and substitute here. We find your height first. But they didn't ask for that. But you can solve it if they say what was the. Let's see the answer here. If in case they asked it. So let's see the answer. This is the answer of H. Then you can put R and find the total area. Find the total area, and then that's it.